when we look at the emerging main event, and perhaps we'll close out the day on a discussion about this, when we look at the emerging main event that is brewing between Dolph Ziggler, of all people, and Shinsuke Nakamura. Obviously, I think endgame-wise, to see Shinsuke and AJ Styles continue to compete over and over would be an incredible sight. But with Randy Orton currently being the WWE champion, with him having a match at a Raw pay-per-view, it certainly leaves everybody else kind of fighting for the next best belt. And since Dean Ambrose is now a transplant to Raw, that makes Kevin Owens' United States title, the prime suspect for everybody's desire. So where do you think Shinsuke fits into this whole picture? Where do you think Dolph Ziggler fits into this whole picture? And why are they taking such combative resistance against each other?
I think Ziggler right now is kind of suffering from an identity crisis. I mean, for so long he's been targeting, entrance of the new era, new superstars in WWE, going, starting from Baron Corbin a year ago to then Mojo Rawley to Apollo Crews, Kalisto, and now Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura, it's hard to say that he's making a star out of himself against Dolph Ziggler, because arguably the guy's already a star, and I think the reactions he received last week on SmackDown and then again this week in Boston, the moment he came out, people were singing his song and chanting his name. Nakamura is already arguably a bigger star than Dolph Ziggler currently is and probably ever has been, to be quite honest with you. And I think this collision course between these two, I struggle to say icons with Dolph Ziggler, but with Shinsuke Nakamura, I think these two are on a collision course towards just an absolutely epic match down the line.
Absolutely. And when you think about it, why would Shinsuke interrupt Dolph Ziggler? Because there's a part of Shinsuke that is as much of a show-off, and part of him probably looks up to the old Dolph Ziggler a great bit. And the old Dolph Ziggler just came in and just bled confidence and bled enthusiasm. And now we have a Dolph Ziggler that mocks the audience by, warming up the band HBK style before, trying to attempt a super kick. Really, really grinding on everybody from the fans to his competition. I definitely see a reflection of Dolph Ziggler in Shinsuke Nakamura, but Shinsuke is a rock star. Shinsuke is the real deal. He was as much of a buzzsaw as Tajiri ever was. It's incredible to see Shinsuke in a ring, and we were treated to a dark match in which Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Dolph Ziggler clean. Mind you, and in pretty quick fashion. So I think that Shinsuke has a very bright future, but I certainly don't think that Shinsuke is going to involve himself in minor competitions that don't involve a main title belt. And I think that that's why we did not see Shinsuke Nakamura appear at the open of the show when Kevin Owens was confronted by Sami Zayn and a whole host of other people, including AJ Styles. How do you think this concludes with Dolph Ziggler down the line? Do you think that we're going to see this resolve itself on SmackDown, or do you feel like this is building to something potentially SummerSlam?
It could be. I mean, it all depends on where they kind of are headed with this, but I could see Nakamura Ziggler happening at a Backlash pay-per-view next month. It could be headed towards something bigger at SummerSlam. But as you had said, I feel like Nakamura, with Dolph Ziggler, Nakamura is merely just a roadblock. I mean, or rather the other way around. Ziggler is merely a roadblock for Shinsuke Nakamura en route to a bigger prize, that being the WWE Championship. So he probably has his sights set on winning the WWE title, the U.S. Championship, some sort of piece of gold, getting his first taste of WWE main roster championship gold at SummerSlam on the 1-year anniversary of when he won the NXT Championship for the first time at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. So for right now, Nakamura Ziggler, I imagine, is only interim. And then from that point forward, it could be Nakamura Orton, Nakamura Styles, Nakamura Owens. The possibilities are endless.